Renault released the first Renault 5 all the way back in 1972, and back then it was a compact, affordable car for the masses, and it proved to be extremely popular for the French car maker. In fact, between the years of 1972 and when it finally went off of sale in 1996, they'd sold 5.5 million of them, and for many years in a row, it was a top-selling car in France. This latest generation Renault 5 definitely has some of those same features. It's still compact and it's still aiming to be affordable, but it really does want to be the electric car for the masses. Hi guys, my name's Tish and welcome back to the John Banks Review YouTube channel. We've finally got the new Renault 5 in stock, and so many of our customers have been having the most fun looking around them and taking them for test drives. If you are interested in doing that for yourselves, then if you click the link down below, you can register for a test drive at either Ipswich or Cambridge. But in today's video, I'm going to answer all the commonly asked questions about the Renault 5. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you do like new car reviews and car content, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So why don't we start with the very basics? So what is the new Renault 5? The Renault 5 E-Tech, to give it its full name, is a full-electric B-segment hatchback inspired by the iconic original Renault 5, offering a modern, city-friendly EV experience with good value, stylish design and a fun driving experience. It's French through and through. It's built there, specifically at Renault's Electric City complex in northern France, with vehicle assembly at Douai, motor production at Slion and battery module manufacturing at the Douai Gigafactory. The R5's closest competitor is the Mini Cooper Electric, whilst its surprisingly spacious cabin finds it up against the likes of the Vauxhall Corsa Electric and the Peugeot E208. If you're looking at the Renault 5 to be your next car, then arguably the next question is quite important, and that's how much does the R5 cost? Well, there's 3 core trim levels, and each step up is £2,000 above the previous trim level. Kicking off the lineup is the Evolution. This will set you back £22,995. The mid-spec Techno is the one that I'm featuring today, and this will cost £24,995. And the iconic 5 is the top spec model, setting you back £26,995. The Evolution model is only available in one battery size. However, stepping up to the Techno allows you to specify a larger battery with more range. Techno model with the extended range will cost £26,995, whilst the iconic 5 with the same battery is £28,995, meaning before customisation, all R5 models cost less than £30,000. What is the all-electric driving range of the Renault 5? Well, there's 2 battery options, a 40 kWh urban range battery with a WLTP range of up to 193 miles and a 52 kWh comfort range battery with a WLTP range of up to 252 miles. It weighs just under 1.5 tonne, even with the bigger battery model, which is a fair bit lighter than many of its rivals. This should bode well for efficiency. Not to mention, all versions do get a heat pump as standard to help in colder weather, something that Skoda charge over £1,000 for on the L-Rock. What colours can you get for your Renault 5? Well, go for the entry-level trim and you get both the body colour and also the roof in the same colour. The standard paint colour is called Pop Green, but you also have the choice of Arctic White, Diamond Black, and you can also choose to have Yellow Pop as an optional extra. If you step up to this mid-spec Techno trim, then you also get the introduction of the paint colour that I have on my car, which is Midnight Blue. When looking at the top spec iconic trim, Diamond Black is the standard colour. You can also choose to change the colour of the trim on these versions. Adding a black roof to green changes the trim to red. On fully black cars, you can choose between black or red trim. Midnight Blue automatically gets yellow trim, whilst adding a black roof to Diamond White or Yellow Pop adds a red trim. And don't forget, you can also add some pretty funky decals to add your personality to your Renault 5. There are 4 different designs to choose from, which can change up the design featured on the roof and the front of the door. Let me know which is your favourite combination. And that customization isn't just limited to the exterior, it's also very customizable inside of the cabin as well. For instance, this lipstick gear selector can be changed to your own personal preference and taste. And you can also get a ton of 3D printed items. For instance, this item right here sits in one of your cup holders and turns it into, well, whatever you wish. But in this instance, it could be used as a small bin. You have a load of 3D different designs that you can get on the front of these, and then that just sits on top of there and then completely transforms your cabin to your personal taste, which I think is very cool. Another popular question is, what standard safety features and ADAS features does the Renault 5 get? Well, all versions of the R5 are fitted with eCall Assist. That means in case of an accident in which your airbags are deployed, the car will automatically contact the emergency services. You don't even need to know where you're located, as they can use the car's geolocation to pinpoint exactly where the accident took place. You can also manually call this using the SOS button on the roof. But that's not all. It's also fitted with lots of other safety features. This includes, but is not limited to, lane keeping assist, which gently corrects the vehicle's path if it's drifting out of lane. Driver attention monitoring, which detects the driver's fatigue and suggests taking a break. Autonomous emergency braking, which detects vehicles, pedestrians and cyclists to help avoid collisions. And adaptive cruise control, which applies the brakes when the distance from the vehicle in front is too short and accelerates when the road is clear. When it comes to all of these safety systems, they're ultimately here to keep us safe. However, at times they can be a little bit intrusive, and some people may wish to turn them off. Now, as they are standard in all models within Europe, you have to turn them off every time. But Renault has found a clever solution, which is simply a button on your right-hand side of the dashboard, which if you press twice, you simply have to press it twice, and this turns off all of the safety systems that you no longer want activated. How much boot space does the Renault 5 get? Well, it may be compact in size, but it still gets a really decent level of boot space. Inside here, you'll find 326 litres. There's a nice square opening, making it easy to load items in, and you also have some underfloor boot storage to pop away your charging cables. And talking about charging cables, that moves us on to our next question. What are the charging speeds for the new Renault 5? Well, it does depend when it comes to DC charging which of those batteries you go for. Go for the 40 kilowatt hour battery and it can charge up to a maximum of 80 kilowatts at DC charge stations. If you opt for the slightly larger 52 kilowatt hour battery, this can charge up at speeds of 100 kilowatts. That means either model that you go for, you can charge from 10 to 80% in around 35 minutes. Both of these models can charge up to 11 kilowatts of AC charging at home. Does the Renault 5 have the ability to use vehicle to load or vehicle to grid functions? It has the ability to do both. Let's start with the vehicle to load. You can use vehicle to load with this device right here. This is your adapter. You simply plug the adapter into your Renault 5's charge port and your car suddenly becomes a mobile power bank, as you can access it via a 3-pin plug. And if you're worried about this running down your battery, then I've actually got some very cool stats as to how long devices can run on your Renault 5. Vehicle to load can be used to power your house in the case of an outage, and for probably longer than you think. The larger 52 kilowatt hour battery on the Renault 5 could power a 2.52 kilowatt fridge for nearly 24 hours. So that's how you use your vehicle to load, but what about vehicle to grid? Put very simply, V2G or vehicle to grid is a technology that allows electric vehicles to not only draw power from the grid to charge their batteries, but also send power back to the grid, acting as a mobile energy source. During periods of high demand or low renewable energy generation, EVs can discharge their stored energy back into the grid, helping stabilise the electricity supply. EV owners could potentially earn income by selling their excess energy back to the grid or energy companies. What, or rather who, is Reno? Reno is actually your Renault 5 companion. Hey Reno.
I'm your co-pilot, at your service. I'm here to help make your Renault ride more safe and comfortable.
He has a whole host of functions that make living with the Renault 5 even easier. For instance, hey Reno, open my driver's window. Hey Reno, close my driver's window. And although that seems a little bit gimmicky, he can also do things like this. Hey Reno, do I need to wear sunglasses today?
It will be sunny in Ipswich today. Temperatures will be between 7 and 16 degrees Celsius with a moderate UV index.
I'll take that as a yes. Hey Reno, get me directions to John Banks Renault Ipswich.
Head northwest, then turn left.
What's the power output? Again, this does differ between the two different battery sizes. The 40 kilowatt hour battery model has 120 horsepower and will reach 0 to 62 in 9 seconds. The larger battery is also more powerful with 150 horsepower, and that trims the 0 to 62 time to 7.9 seconds. Both of these models are front-wheel drive and come with 4 different driving modes: Eco, Sport, Personal and Comfort. With Eco, the vehicle's performance, including speed and thermal comfort, is reduced in favour of range. Sport sharpens the throttle response, as well as the steering effort and vehicle dynamics. Comfort gives you the best of both worlds, and Personal gives you the option to completely configure your driving and cabin comfort. So those were some of the most commonly asked questions about the new R5 from Renault. We're absolutely in love with this new electric car, and we know that a lot of you are as well. But if you have any further questions or queries that haven't been answered in today's video, then either pop them down below and maybe we'll do a follow-up video, or you can click the link in the description box and you can chat to one of our sales team. You can also chat to them about booking in for your very own test drive. I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this from the John Banks Review YouTube channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. Until next time, guys, see you later.